Good evening, friends. Hashtag television video outline. Asterisk midnight to 2 o'clock police car light breaking news. The FDA committee peptide vote in cancer approvals. Asterisk 2 to 5 o'clock pill GLP-1, Ozempic, updates, the natural alternative and hair loss risks. Asterisk 5 to 9 o'clock DNA clinical breakthroughs, early Alzheimer's blood tests and tooth enamel gels. Asterisk 9 to 1300 hours cup with straw pediatric and lifestyle alerts, childhood drinks versus adult hypertension. Asterisk 13 to 1700 hours globe with Meridian's global health policy, who drowning guidelines and NET India resignation. Asterisk 17 to 2000 hours lightbulb summary and fast fire medical dispatches. Hashtag studio microphone full YouTube video script hashtag police car light segment 1, FDA shock vote in new cancer weapons. The FDA just faced an unprecedented internal rebellion over compounding pharmacy laws, while a brand new lung cancer killer officially hits the market. Asterisk the peptide rebellion, in a highly unusual standoff, an official FDA advisory committee voted against the FDA staff's own advice. The panel voted to allow specialty pharmacies to continue compounding and dispensing 6 heavily debated wellness peptides, heavily overriding the agency's strict safety concerns. However, the committee drew a hard line at the peptide amideltide, completely blocking its addition to the approved bulk substances list. Asterisk targeted cancer approval, the FDA officially granted approval to zidesamtinib, brand name Jadaytro, developed by GSK. This is a highly selective ROS1 kinase inhibitor designed specifically for adult patients battling advanced, metastatic ROS1 positive non-small cell lung cancer, NSCLC, who have already failed previous targeted treatments. Clinical data from the ARROS-1 trial confirms a massive 44% objective response rate. Crucially, the drug showcases a rare, powerful ability to cross the blood-brain barrier to stop active brain metastases. The next generation of weight loss and natural Ozempic, the GLP-1 weight loss landscape is evolving faster than anyone predicted. Scientists have just discovered a natural Ozempic, but current users are facing an unexpected cosmetic side effect. Asterisk the AI discovery, Stanford medicine researchers utilized advanced generative artificial intelligence to map a naturally occurring molecule that mimics the heavy appetite-suppressing traits of Ozempic and Wegovy. The massive breakthrough? This natural alternative successfully reduces body weight in test models without triggering the severe gastrointestinal side effects and nausea that plague current synthetic GLP-1 medications. Asterisk the hair loss warning, a massive multi-year comparative study published this week has linked popular GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic and Mounjaro to a significantly increased risk of alopecia, hair loss, in patients managing type 2 diabetes. When stacked against older, traditional diabetes medications, the metabolic shift induced by rapid GLP-1 weight loss was proven to prematurely shock hair follicles into a shedding phase. Hashtag DNA segment 3, rebuilding the human body, Alzheimer's and dentistry. diagnostic trial has successfully validated a blood-based circular RNA signature that detects Alzheimer's disease earlier than any existing standard biomarker. This simple, non-invasive liquid biopsy is so sensitive it can accurately predict cognitive decline years before physical symptoms manifest. Regrowing tooth enamel. Material scientists have successfully engineered a fluoride-free biomimetic gel that triggers the body to naturally regrow damaged tooth enamel. Modeled entirely after the native proteins that build baby teeth during infancy, this gel flows into microscopic cavities and systematically rebuilds the complex mineral structure of the tooth, completely eliminating the need for synthetic materials. Hashtag cup with straw. Segment 4, Pediatric beverage warning and the hypertension link. If you drank sports drinks or sodas as a kid, a new 25-year study warns your adult heart health might be in serious jeopardy. The 25-year study, the American Heart Association has released a definitive prospective cohort study tracking pediatric beverage habits directly into adulthood. The findings are clear. Heavy consumption of fructose-containing drinks during childhood is a direct driver of adult hypertension. The risk breakdown. The cardiac risks escalate dramatically based on what your kids are drinking daily. Childhood beverage type. Increased adult hypertension risk, per daily serving. Sugary soda warning 23% higher risk. Commercial sports drinks warning 36% higher risk. Excessive fruit juice, 1.5 plus glasses/day, warning 35% higher risk. The correction, swapping out just one single sugary beverage a day for whole fruit or fresh water drops adult high blood pressure risks by up to 22%. Hashtag Globe with Meridian. Segment 5, Global Health Corrections and Medical Crises. From massive administrative overhauls in Asia to urgent climate health interventions by the WHO, global medical policy is facing a chaotic shift. WHO drowning intervention. Ahead of World Drowning Prevention Day, the World Health Organization launched an urgent technical package to combat the 300,000 global drowning deaths that occur annually. Climate-driven extreme heat waves have directly caused drowning incidents to surge globally, with data proving that drowning mortality rates spike by 7.2% for every 1 degree Celsius increase in ambient temperature above local norms. Indian medical system upheaval. A massive crisis is unfolding within India's medical education system. Following intense nationwide student protests over the NETUG 2026 medical entrance exam leaks, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has officially resigned. Simultaneously, the National Testing Agency, NTA, terminated 47 top officials as the Supreme Court steps in to heavily monitor structural reforms. Concurrently, the state of Maharashtra took the historic step of completely abolishing the mandatory one-year rural service bond for all graduating MBBS medical doctors. Gaza crisis aid. On the humanitarian front, the Tanker Foundation and the Madras Medical Mission have successfully bypassed regional supply bottlenecks to deliver 30 Indian rupees lakhs worth of life-saving dialysis machines and specialized consumables directly to the Embassy of Palestine to manage escalating acute renal failure crises in conflict areas. Lightbulb. Segment 6, Quickfire Health Round. Let's wrap up with the rapid-fire headlines you need to know to stay healthy this week. The coffee versus energy drink verdict. A fresh scientific statement from the American Heart Association confirms that moderate daily coffee consumption actively shields long-term heart health. Conversely, synthetic energy drinks significantly destabilize cardiac rhythms and drastically spike acute cardiovascular risks. TikTok Tanmaxing backlash. Dermatologists are issuing severe public warnings against the viral TikTok trend known as tanmaxing, where teens intentionally track UV indexes to bake in the sun using tanning butters while entirely avoiding SPF. Skin cancer survivors are flooding the platform to counter the trend as melanoma rates among young adults hit record highs. The high alcohol cough medicine ban. Central health authorities have officially amended historical drug rules to mandate that any medicinal formulation containing more than 12% alcohol by volume and packages exceeding 30 milliliters will be classified as a Scheduled H1 drug. This means they will strictly require a certified doctor's prescription to purchase, closing a massive loophole used for over-the-counter intoxication. Superagers. Superagers are a group of people age 80 or older with episodic memory at least as good as adults 20 or 30 years younger. Why superagers have exceptional memory still isn't clear after 2 decades of research. This study showed that inherited Alzheimer's risks didn't differ between superagers and cognitively average controls, suggesting genes alone do not account for differences. MedPage Today. *H.A.L.T. Your panic attack *. H.A.L.T. stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired, 4 feelings that bring out the worst in everyone. If you're prone to panic attacks, they can turn into triggers. When symptoms pop up, check in with yourself. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Once you pinpoint what's going on, you can take steps to fix it. WebMD. ## chart increasing outro and call to action. To keep the momentum going, please answer these interactive questions. Are you glad to see the FDA panel back down on wellness peptides, or should they be regulated tighter? Would you ever swap out your morning coffee or standard supplements for an AI-generated natural metabolic alternative? Drop your thoughts below, hit that subscribe button, and share this video to keep your circle informed. Disclaimer: compiled information. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional advice. The audience must verify the contents before use. The creator, publisher, and YouTube will not be responsible for any harm.